Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back. This is Daily Trading Analysis with a quick market update for today, 5th of June, Wednesday. Today, we have a lot to cover. Starting with the economic data, we are going to see optimism in the markets because today we started the day with the NBA 30-year mortgage having a push up 7.807, and that's why the applications are minus 5.2. So obviously the households are really suffering to even negotiate or starting new 30-year mortgages. But the big data today was starting with the ADP employment change, going lower 152,000, coming from the 188. We were starting a little bit of downside for 175, and we got 152. That was a check in the right direction. And then we got the S&P Global PMI final for May. Both readings came in way higher than the previous one. 51 was previous one, we were expecting 54, and we got 54 in both readings. So another check in the right direction, showing that the economy is still strong, because right now we are not fighting inflation only. We are also fighting the sentiment with stagflation and recession fears. So everything that shows you that the economy is strong, it's good news for this market that wants to run. And finally, the last drop, ISM Services PMI came way higher from 49, that is below 50, contractionary, to expanding territory, 53.8. We were expecting 50.8 and we crashed that number. Another check in the direction. Employment 47, strong employment. New orders 54 instead of the 52 or 53 expected, and prices are still showing higher. So a lot of checks in the right direction. ADP employment change, PMI, both readings, composite, employment, PMI on the ISM. A lot of good data that is showing that the US economy is strong. So right now we are really expecting a lot of cuts. A lot of cuts, it's because basically the labor market is softening, as we saw yesterday basically. So we are expecting most probably holding rates until September. And in September, we are going to see one cut, most probably, and markets are pricing in another cut at December. But what is true is that more and more we are seeing interest rate cuts probabilities increasing for September. At some point, we even got rid of them or due to the strength of the economy. But right now we are seeing bits of weakening in the labor market, bits of weakening in the housing market, and also strong services and manufacturing. So how the market behave with that is beautiful. This is the ES on the 30-minute chart. And as you can see, it's not only a fundamental push, it's also a technical pattern towards all-time highs. This is the trend line that we broke yesterday, and we are reaping to the upside. This orange dashed line is the previous all-time highs, and we are right there, right below. I mean, let me just measure that, because I think we are less than 0.40% of all-time highs on the ES. And on the Nasdaq, I mean, the squeeze is even higher. Even higher because NVIDIA is 3.86%. During the overnight, we just got rid of the previous all-time highs, and we are just gapping up and really pushing this market really higher. NVIDIA is squeezing. Let me just adjust this, because this is, I mean, just super strong. So I'm adjusting the all-time highs because we are now squeezing 3.90%. And not only that, Meta 2.3%, Apple 1%, almost. I mean, this is Apple is just squeezing to all-time highs, pushing that above 3 trillion market cap. Microsoft 1.65 also chasing that all-time highs. So what we got today that maybe we kind of expected to see. So I would like to bring your attention to last Friday. Last Friday in my video, I told you this is the mother of all bullish candles. We are holding um, the fair value gap on the daily, and most probably I'm going to link in the upper right corner the video of that day. Please check that out because most probably I told you that this candle was the beginning of a big squeeze. And also volume. We are leaving behind volume and point of control. On the daily, there was a lot of accumulation for a big push to all-time highs. In the 4-hour, we saw that even better. Look at this volume right here. When we did the big bullish candle, we just consolidated and took a lot of volume out of this market. And we are just, these are all longs. And these longs will not stop at all-time highs. I think we are even targeting 20,000 for August or things like that, because I'm seeing a lot of inflows. And today during the overnight, I mean, it was crazy. It was pretty crazy. As always, I've been waiting for the pre-market low to just give me a signal of a good buy dip, because this market is all about buying the dip. And I got my entry on not on pre-market low, but on this pivot, because this market is so bullish that as long as UK opened right here, we are just seeing momentum to the upside because there's a lot of bullish investors in Europe. And I got this beautiful setup. The pivot, the market structure change, the push lower, and I almost got stopped out because I always take the first candle that gets to the bullish fair value gap, and I put my stop at that candle low. This was an 11-point risk for 3.85. I was basically, usually I target the other pre-market, in this case pre-market highs, and I was pretty happy with this trade. This was a 44-point trade, almost 1,000, and I was just watching the market because obviously the news of ISM was going to have a lot of impact in this market, but this market, boy, oh, it kept going and going and going. And into the open, same as yesterday. We got the open, we got the chop, consolidation, and then they pick a direction. And once they pick the direction, this is not stopping. This is just all-time highs. We pull back, and then obviously at these highs, we are going to see, most probably, we are going to see all-time highs today. So I was waiting for another pullback. I was waiting to buy this market. I have a lot of confluence. The first one was this. Look at this 1 minute candle. Another huge bullish candle. And usually these are manipulation moves. If you take the base and the top of this week, and you project a fib projection to the upside, it was right there at 18,980 previous, the last buy side liquidity below all-time highs. So I mean, that target was beautiful, but I never got my entry. I was waiting for this to pull back on the fair value gap, and I never got the entry. I was waiting, watching this consolidation, beautiful, to just tap the 50% retracement, and never got an entry because this market is just pushing as crazy. Nvidia 4%, dollar, it's pretty much weakening. Let me just show you something, because there was also a technical setup on a very technical setup on the dollar. The dollar is just breaking down support and on the trend line and not being able to reclaim 104.50. 104.50, even though we have strong economy, we should have strong dollar. So why dollar is being annihilated and equities are pushing higher? Because basically this is also an AI push. The IWM, the Russell 2000, is also pushing 1.32%. And most importantly, yields. Yields are pulling back almost 5% since the top. The last pivot top, the lower high, in the 2-year yield, we are pulling back minus 4.74%. And the 10-year is also breaking support. So yields pushing lower, treasuries just skyrocketing also 5% in 4 sessions. So all the yields pulling back and the optimism of the rate cuts that are pushing equities to all-time highs, this is unstoppable today. So just be patient to try to find an entry, because when volume picks up like this, it's just crazy. KRA regional banks that I was also watching, it's struggling a little bit, but I would like to show you breadth, because this is the only concerning part that we are seeing, I'm identifying in this market. Breadth is not following up with the tech stocks. Breadth is actually, RSP is actually 0.40. And the percentage of stocks above the 50, the 20, and the 200, these three moving averages are pointing to the downside. We are seeing minus 18% of decrease of the stocks on momentum above the 20 moving average. So this is only the Nasdaq pushing this market. This is only all these stocks, the Magnificent Seven, Nvidia, that is approaching 2.98% on market cap down here. I mean, this is just a squeeze on AI. This is just unbelievable FOMO, unbelievable push to just squeeze the all-time highs. Because remember that these all-time highs was put during the overnight, during after hours, outside of regular trading hours. And I don't know why, but investors and big funds don't like that. They want to participate in this move, and oh boy, they are pushing. This is just a pullback that momentum scalpers, they would like to buy this. I was just saying, okay, I'm gonna do the video because I'm not getting my pullback, so at least at some point I'm going to help some people to really understand this market. And this market is just XLK 2%. It's Apple 1%, Microsoft 1%, Amazon 1%, Nvidia 4%, Meta 2%. This is the Magnificent Seven really squeezing and pushing everyone's on FOMO. Don't get me wrong, I like this, but the breadth is not improving. And I would like the Nasdaq and the S&Ps to cross and to break all-time highs right now. We are doing it with all the market behind. I would like the breadth to continue increasing, because that would give continuation to the move. Look at this, new all-time highs, 19,026. And I'm going to end the video here. If you were long since the beginning during this accumulation down here, you got a nice day. If you were short trying to pick the top, I mean, what can I tell you? This, when Wall Street wants something, you don't have to step in front of that. Learn to identify the sentiment today, because the sentiment started really bullish since the overnight. And I mean, I was expecting this kind of thing. So congratulations, bulls, and let's wait for tomorrow if we can see continuation, because right now, tomorrow, if we close right here, up here, there's blue sky. And blue sky, you have to be really technical. And it's the most difficult area to day trade. All-time highs and beyond, it's really difficult. So brace yourself, fasten your seatbelts because we are going to most probably continue squeezing throughout all the week. And that's all from my side. As always, thank you for your time. If you found this video useful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel because I upload videos like this one every single day for market forecasts, market updates, and market recaps. I appreciate your time as always. Remember that the trading day is not over yet. We just crossed all-time highs, new all-time highs on regular market hours. So be patient, be disciplined. If you didn't get an entry as I did here on this huge move, just be disciplined and wait for another try tomorrow. Risk management is key for your success. Stay safe, everyone, and see you tomorrow.